Wait, why did no one tell me that that subway scene from Invincible happened 10 years earlier in a Nick Cage movie of all things? Spoiler alert, this is one of the few disaster movies where the leads don't make it out in the end. I think that's really unique, and it shook me to my core so much that I left the cult I was born into to join the cult of Nick Cage, and I have not looked back since. It's day 47 of 365. Today's movie, Knowing. I've got two questions of the day. What's your favorite disaster movie, or what's your favorite Nick Cage movie? This one's directed by Alex Proyas, who you might know from his incredible three-movie sci-fi run of The Crow, Dark City, and I, Robot. He also did Gods of Egypt, but we'll let that kind of sit off on its own. We don't really have to talk about Gods of Egypt, you know? Knowing never quite rises to those other sci-fi titles, but it still deeply impacted me as a teen. Mixing science fiction and religion so seamlessly without ever playing deeply into any tropes and allowing everything to really speak for itself through the lead, Nick Cage, who is really bringing an A game here. This might be a little bit of an underrated performance from him, in my opinion. The biblical, analytical, and freakier elements, including the grandma from Legion, if you know what scene I'm talking about, it is etched into your nightmares forever. She's also in this movie, and let me tell you, that adds to the freaky factor 20 years later. The subway scene in question is very similar to Invincible, and I noted that because of the amount of bodies that go flying from the POV of the subway cab. I was shocked as an adult watching this to see how close it was to that scene. And I know there's probably no direct influence, but they love their sci-fi over there at Invincible, and I wouldn't be shocked to find out that this is one of those back-of-the-mind movies that a few of them have seen. As an adult, I found it a little hodgepodgey, I'm not gonna lie. Despite it being hodgepodgey, it does still have its charms to me. The CGI sequences, which would have been impossible to do practically, have aged pretty well, just again for the fact, as I've noted in previous videos, they're set a lot at night so that lighting is not as difficult or as harsh, and it allows to kind of cover up some of the muddling that happened at the time. I'd also like to note that the CGI never overstays its welcome. It is a short CGI sequence and then a lot of drama and action, and mixing that well, I really appreciate now as an adult filmmaker. Beyond Nick Cage, the rest of the cast is really bringing their A game here. It's cool to see Ben Mendelsohn a full 20 years before his rise in the Empire as the new favorite imp of the Emperor. Andor season 2 is fucking phenomenal, and it's so cool to see some of his early stuff where he's really being a different character entirely. He's unrecognizable from his Star Wars roles or other big roles that we've seen him in lately. Rose Byrne is also here doing a very thankless role, but brings gravitas to the over-the-top nature of what this project is, and still honing in on the fact that she's a mother caring for her child. That's never lost, and she, despite being in some campier, maybe worse stuff across her career, is never bad. I've never seen a bad Rose Byrne performance. All of this adds up to a flavor of the summer disaster blockbuster that I honestly can't be mad at for watching. It's a little thriller, it's a little horror, it's a little comedy, it's a little drama, it's a little sci-fi and fantasy as well. It is the Golden Corral buffet of movies, if you will. Our next movie is Observe and Report, starring Seth Rogen, which, if Knowing was the Golden Corral, this is probably the 7-Eleven, which means it's good in a pinch, but probably not great overall. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, look.
Kitty. There's a kitty. Look at the kitty.